Well, hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I am back once again talking about crypto. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice, and you should always do your own research. And thank you to those who like my videos, who leave comments, and those who have recently subscribed to the channel. It greatly helped me out. So today I thought I would kind of just look at Pulsechain as a whole because Pulsechain has been kind of the hot button topic like over the last month really. It's been getting a lot of traction. So let's look at some different projects and look at kind of what's happening like over the last 24 hours. But as you can see, PulseX, Incentive, Hex, PLS, they are all up. Looks like a little bit they're up over the last 24 hours. So that's kind of good to see. And my thought is we'll probably potentially may see that kind of trending, kind of up over the next day. But, you know, really nice to kind of see some green there on those projects. And, as a whole, PLS, Hex, incentive token, I think, there's a lot of potential there with those different projects. It's down right now, but for me, of these projects, PLS is the one that I'm mainly kind of, for me, I'm kind of accumulating that because I see like a lot of transaction volume in the future going on to PLS. So that's one that I'm kind of just building up and kind of building up that position on that. And then as for top movers, Pulse Reflections is kind of an interesting project. So let's look at it. Looks like it's up 63.1% over, the last 24 hours. So it's had like some nice run. Yeah, of the last 24 hours is up 63.1%. So let's go over to Pulse Reflections. And so over 2 billion PLS distributed to holders. So essentially by holding Pulse Reflections, you get also just paid out in PLS, which is kind of interesting. And I've looked at Pulse Reflections and thought about maybe holding like at least a small position in this particular project because essentially you're just getting PLS as passive income. So PRS holders earn 2% of all swap volume. So, this is pretty cool deal. And it says what makes PRS great? Automatic PLS distribution to holders built into the contract, automatic deflationary burn built into the contract, immutable, renounced, and verified contract, locked liquidity, and community driven. So, it's an interesting play. It's kind of received like a little bit of traction over the last you know, couple of weeks. Again, I'm not in Pulse Reflections. It is something that I've kind of considering maybe getting a position in it, but it's definitely cool to see there. Legal is up. Looks like it's up 36.58% as one of the top gainers as well. And that's kind of, from my knowledge, another one of those kind of popular projects. I'm not in that project, but it's definitely cool to see. So let's see what else is going on. Let's go over to my multi chart. So my multi chart looks like, Post Strip is a project that I'm in. It's up 3.42% over the last 24 hours. And again, Post Strip is a passive income project in which you earn 1% per day in the native token of Post Strip. So you're kind of accumulating that token up to 365% yearly. And the max you can accumulate with that Post Strip is 36,500. But again, in order to accumulate those tokens, you have to actively be involved in the project. You have to be actively compounding, DCAing into your position, or whether you're claiming out some of the rewards. You need to be actively doing something to kind of keep the protocol sustainable, but also help your position and build your bag. Teddy Bear is a project that I'm in. I'm continuing to build my bag in Teddy Bear. I bought some more Teddy Bear yesterday as well as post drip, but this is kind of like the meme coin on post chain, the original meme coin. And I anticipate for this one, I have a feeling that it's going to gain more and more traction. And the goal with Teddy Bear is to bring over Ethereum whales. They have their own website at myteddybear.io, but the goal is to bring more and more holders over. They want to bring holders over from Ethereum, bring some of those whales in, but a little bit about Teddy Bear, it's nice to have a 0% buy and sell tax, no team token, and it has similar tokenomics to Shiba Inu. Looks like I want to say 999 trillion. Teddy Bear is the supply. And then it goes on to kind of say how to buy some Teddy Bear if you're somebody that's on Ethereum trying to bridge stuff over. Now, for me, I normally use BNB to swap for PLS. And then from there, for me, I swap my PLS for Atropa, and then from Atropa to Teddy Bear. That's how I get my Teddy Bear. But this is more so to kind of gear towards people that are on Ethereum and want to get some more of those Ethereum whales in here. So good information from there as far as like how to buy Teddy Bear. And then the roadmap, a pretty lofty roadmap. So it's kind of nice that they have this information out here. But, we've already pretty much gone through phase one. As far as from a market cap concern, I think Teddy Bear got up to, I want to say 30 million at one point, but it'll reach back up to that point. The next phase is phase two. Could get kind of crazy if, again, with Teddy Bear, we can get that, the community to kind of build it up stronger. Right now with Teddy Bear, it's in that early phase, but with some of the different memes and the creative art that we've been using on Twitter, I think this can get more and more attraction and get more eyeballs on the project. Right now, as it stands right now, there's only, the way I see it, looks like it's 4,262 addresses that hold Teddy Bear. Now take that with a grain of salt, but from what I'm seeing, that's what the total number of holders are. So we are very early in this project. So the more people that we can get over here, I think the barrier of entry, if there's some kind of way it can be made easier for some people that may help. Now, those of us that are pretty much advanced and kind of doing all the swapping and getting into these different projects is fine, but somebody that is maybe newer to crypto, the barrier of entry may be tougher. So not sure if they're going to go the route of centralized exchanges or not. Who knows with this project, but we will see how this all plays out. But cool to see that roadmap there. And then, Wrap BTC, have some of that as well. Looks like it's up 7.18% over the last 24 hours. And a lot of people kind of anticipate, they kind of feel that this could potentially be the first one to peg. So imagine holding like $104 worth of Wrap BTC, and then it pegs to the actual market value. What is Bitcoin at 25, 26, 27K right now? I haven't checked, but imagine that pegs to that value. But some people are anticipating that potentially Wrap BTC could peg before PDAI. And then looking down here, again, Atropa is another one. I have some PDAI here. I'm in that project, and I've added to my position there. Atropa, I don't really hold any Atropa because I'm always using it to swap for Teddy Bear. But when I go to sell my Teddy Bear in the future, I will swap to Atropa, which is kind of a nice play because Atropa kind of pulls the market up, and it does a lot of that for Pulsechain. But Atropa is really, really good as far as like adding liquidity to the whole market on Pulsechain. And I anticipate this, because of its tokenomics and mechanics, pulling everything up in the future. But it's definitely a strong play, and I know some people that do have a position in Atropa. And then down has been kind of up, is up 33.48% over the last 24 hours. So a lot, for the most part, is happening on Pulsechain. There's a lot of opportunity here because, again, some of these, they're trying to get to peg. The storyline with DAI is they're trying to get that to $1, peg to $1. So imagine holding a significant bag and a nice bag in PDAI, whether it's 100,000 PDAI, whether it's a million PDAI. Maybe you have a bigger bag than that, but imagine having a nice position and it pegs to $1, and you're able to get some of those profits, or you're able to get a nice bag of profits along the way. This could be a big deal. Atropa, some people they're anticipating and maybe predicting, this could potentially in the future, not financial advice, but some people are saying they're throwing out that $20 range in the future because of how Atropa provides liquidity for so many different pairs and how it pulls the market. They think it could be, a really, really big deal in the future. And then, down is one I've kind of looked at. I don't hold a position in that, but you know, I don't know much about down, to be honest, but for the most part, every time I see it, it seems like it's kind of performing pretty well. So, that may be one project that you need to do some research on. And for myself as well, I plan on doing the same thing, doing some research there as well. So as for post strip looks like we're at 842 faucet count. So this is up from my last video. I think it was 828. So there has been a massive incentive of people just flooding into this project because of its potential high return on investment. And it's been steady between that $15 to $18 range. So if you accumulate enough of these tokens over time, you could potentially have some nice, massive gains. And then again, you're only going to ever have 5,000 faucets, which makes this, a very valuable, a gem of a project. And then the circulating, and then the total supply is only 5 million. Again, which will, make this sustainable, and it doesn't mint any tokens. And then the circulating supply is fairly low. And then the garden, all these plays here. So if you have some PLS, some PDAI, PulseX Hex, if you have some Pulse Wrap BTC, Atropa, Teddy Bear, USDC, you could earn some passive income, 1.5% per day, up to 300% APR. But once you stake in here, your principal is locked. You will be able to claim out rewards for every 3 compounds. You will get 1 claim. So you can stack your claims up. You can keep compounding and just kind of stack your claims up over time. And then, let's say you stack up 10 claims. You can claim 10 days in a row. Or if you stack up enough claims, like 20 claims, you can claim out 20 in a row. But the name of the game is, you're going to have to build up your compounds. So for every 3, you get 1. So if you did 6, you get 2. And then if you did 9 compounds, you would be eligible for 3 claims of rewards. So whatever total you drop in here, you'll be getting, again, that 1.5% per day. And it'll just continue to kind of build up there. And let's see. I have a new team member on Postrip, so I will be getting her an airdrop this week. I do, normally my airdrops, I do those on either Friday or Saturday, so we will definitely be getting her hooked up. So I appreciate her joining my team. And pretty much how I do it is, if I see that you're active whether you're compounding your position or you're kind of DCAing into your position. As long as I see you're maintaining your faucet, because that's the goal with post trip is you can't abandon your wallet, because if you do not compound after 7 days, the system automatically stops you from gaining rewards. So we want to practice good habits on post trip. Never abandon your wallet, because if you do after 7 days, the rewards just simply just cut off, and post trip won't give you that interest on your P drip. So you want to be getting that constant. You don't have to, I come in here every day and do something, but everybody has busy lives. Even if it's every other day, that's fine, as long as you are actively doing something in the because the only way that this project is going to grow is if people are you know actively anticipating, because each time you compound or claim, those rewards are used to kind of go back and feed the system. That's how we all kind of get paid out. And for all of us that are kind of DCA into the project, adding more capital into the project, that helps as well. And then if you're not familiar, Post-Trip is a passive income NFT. So this NFT can be sold on postmarket.app. If for whatever reason down the road you say, hey, I want out of the project, you can sell it for X amount of post chain. So that PLS, you can sell it for there. You can list it on there. And, some people have one faucet and the other one they may decide to sell in the future if it becomes rare. So, again, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of touch on what I'm seeing in the market. We touched on briefly uh, post reflections. We kind of talked about Teddy Bear, which are some interesting projects. We talked about, you know, Post Trip, which is an up and coming project with which has a lot of kind of things in the works. Oh yeah, before I get off, I meant to let's go over the Post Trip. I meant to come here. So Post Trip is looking to add like real world assets into the project as well to help add more liquidity. So they are looking into potentially, now it's not set in stone, but they're looking to potentially sell Post Strip t-shirts, use some of those revenues and add more liquidity to the protocol. They're looking at bottled water. This is a slick looking bottled water, but also if this, if they can find a vendor to kind of, scale the business, distribute out the water bottles, you know, in different markets, it could be a pretty big deal. I'm sure they'll probably start off on a small scale and kind of build and build and build. But even if they use like a fraction of those profits, a fraction of those profits, put it into liquidity, it'll be a big deal, because you will be bridging real world assets, into crypto, which is exciting stuff. So we'll just keep an eye out on and see what happens here. And they also have Aqua Blaze in the works too, which is a boxing style game in which you could earn some rewards of PLS, and then a percentage of that will be used to buy back P Drip. Let's see if they got Aqua Blaze. I know they have it on here somewhere. Oh yeah, they're running a social media contest as well. If you do like a cool short video, you can win a Post Drip type faucet. Yeah, here's Aqua Blaze. So it's a kind of a boxing style game. There's Aqua, there's Blaze, and you could potentially win some PLS there. So, that's pretty much it. We just wanted to kind of go through the market and see where we're sitting, but I looks like we may be headed in for a decent turn of events over the next 24 hours. So we'll just kind of keep an eye out and see. We had a little bit of pullback there on Teddy Bear, but it's been kind of nice because it normally kind of bounce back up. So we'll see what happens there. All right. So thanks everybody for listening, and thanks for stopping by.